What's happening, La Familia? We back in this thing with another one, man. And we got some craziness to talk about, man. We got something crazy to talk about. Something crazy to report on coming out of Baton Rouge. Another sad day for the Baton Rouge music scene, but not only the music scene. For Baton Rouge in general, for all of this man's fans across the world, everybody who pays attention to Teflon Webbie, and you know, has been a part of his career. But before we get started, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell icon, and turn post notifications on to all. That way you will be notified every time we drop a video. Show your brother that love. Go ahead and do that. And let's go ahead and get to this story. Now, it has been reported that Teflon Webbie life has officially been taken in a shooting out in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, around 2 p.m. It was said that this shooting was a drive-by, and there is no suspects currently apprehended for this crime. Now, I did find this report, and it states, 2 dead after reported shooting off of Greenwell Street. So as y'all see, it wasn't only Webbie, it was 2. And it states, Baton Rouge, 2 people died after they were reportedly shot in a neighborhood near Greenwell Street Tuesday. The shooting was reported on Denova Street shortly before 2 p.m. The East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office said both people fled the scene and later showed up at a hospital. Both died Tuesday afternoon, according to the Sheriff's Office. So after those victims were initially shot at a house on Denova Street, they fled to a hospital and later were reported dead. So as you can see, this is the only situation that has came out on the news about someone losing their life today, which would mean, you know, this will have to be the situation that's going on with Teflon Webbie. Now, I'm sure that more stuff will come out as this story starts to develop. We'll see more stuff come out about what actually went on. But as of right now, the one thing we know for sure is that Teflon Webbie is no longer here. And man, that's crazy because Teflon Webbie was really starting to focus on his music. He was starting to lock in, put his foot on the gas, lock into the studio, you know, not really worried about much else but this music, you know. And him and Real Bleeder just dropped the song a few days ago, and we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that song, man, because I feel like that play a big part here. But a lot of Teflon Webbie's homies reacted to this, man, and this is how initially we got the news. Old boy Jermaine put the broken hearts with his picture on there, and then says, y'all should have stopped them dudes from doing that stuff. Plenty of times I stopped that stuff. So it's more to the story coming from what old boy Jermaine said.
I don't know why it is this way. I don't know why it is this way. I don't know why it is this way. No. Up in the life that we live, it's scared to be killed. So watch you being on me. Solo.
Then he says y'all out y'all noggin, repping like y'all done did something. And I'm gonna get into what he mean by that, man, because the opposition says something as well. Top Boy Stick says, man, with the broken heart emojis. And then you see a bunch of people, friends, family, you know, and people he grew up with, fans, all reacting to the passing of Teflon. The news initially under his pictures on his post. But like I said, man, there's something to hone in on right there with what Oak Boy Jermaine said. Oak Boy Jermaine said, y'all should have stopped dude from doing that. Plenty of times I stopped dudes from doing that. You know what I'm saying? And that brings one to question, man, what exactly does he mean by that? Like, what is he getting at with that? Is he trying to say that, you know, whoever did this knew them? Like I said, man, more to this story will come out, man. More people will get to talking, you know, things will get to popping out, and we'll really understand what truly happened to Teflon Webbie. But from what Oak Boy Jermaine is saying, there's some type of inside story to where it seems as though this had something to do with somebody he knew. You know, even if that was opposition, he's saying, like, you know, we knew that boy, so why y'all didn't stop this? How did y'all let this carry on? And like I said, man, him and Real Bleeder just dropped the song a few days ago, a freestyle. I believe it was called Web the Block. You know, Webbie's new name on Instagram, Web the Block. And y'all know I showed y'all that song, and in that song, you know, Webbie was getting highly disrespectful, man, towards his opposition in that song. The entire song, they was doing nothing but taking jabs, especially Webbie, man. And I don't find it as no coincidence. 5 days after releasing the song, you know, with all of the negativity and disrespect in it, 5 days later, we are talking about Webbie no longer being here, man. And I know nobody want to hear me say this because it's fresh. It has just occurred. Everybody, you know, is still shocked. No one's even truly grieving yet because it's so fresh. Talk about a couple hours later. But I had to say it because it's the truth, and I got to give y'all the truth, man. Truth be told, man. When you put negativity out there into the world, it will come back. Negativity will manifest. Energy will manifest. Energy does not disperse. It will come full circle. When you put it out there, when you create this atmosphere of negativity, that's all you're going to receive, man. You can't be out here, you know, spitting these things out into the world and expecting it, you know, to stay that way. Wherever you spit it at, wherever you threw that negativity to, you can't expect it to stay over there. It's gonna come back, man. And that's just the way these things work, man. And I just don't understand, like, why a lot of y'all youngins don't grasp the concept of, hey, man, hammers work both ways. It's easy to pull a trigger. You know, some dudes, the dudes who stop and think like, man, maybe I shouldn't do this because this could be my life. This could cost me my life. Those dudes are the ones who are actually smart. The ones who don't care and just let it blow and think like, yeah, I'm really with that business. Are you really, man? Because it's easy to pull a trigger. That's why that's most men's choice versus, you know, physical combat, because it's easier to pull this trigger and take your life relative to walking down on you with this poker and hawking you down and taking your life, or actually, you know, yoking you out and taking your life. Something that's physical where I gotta be, you know, within arm reach, where you have an opportunity to defend yourself. That's why that's most men's preference, because you far away. It's as easy as pulling the trigger and now they gone. It's like operating the game controller. And that's why I tell y'all that all the time too, man. You know, it's just like that. That's just practice, just pushing that game controller, and now that man's life is gone. It's that easy, bro. So there's not no real courage in it. You know what I'm saying? The courage come from you being a crash dummy. Like, you got the courage enough to say, you know what, I'm gonna be a crash dummy and take this man's life and not care about the consequences that come after that. That's it. That's the only courage that is there. But as you start to grow up, you start to look at it like, man, is that really courage? Or am I a crash dummy throwing my life away? You feel me? But pause that for a second. We're gonna come back to that, man. As the Bleeders weren't the only ones to speak on this situation, you know, the Vultures and Boosie Camp also gave their opinion on the passing of Teflon Webbie. Now, it started out with MPF Boosie Boy Smoke. As he says, all you gotta do is sit back and let these flunky A dudes kill each other. Hashtag MPF with the laughing emojis. So as y'all see, MPF is also basically saying, like, you know, it was somebody that he knew. You know, as the story come out, we'll know more. Then he says, look like me and my dude gonna be the last one standing, with the strong arms and like the little face, getting real disrespectful. Then China Yet a Kid says, dudes over there be killing they homies. Dudes be deep. When they die, they be lonely, with the laughing emojis, getting real disrespectful with it. So as y'all see, he confirming that it was one of his homies who did it. Then Hot Boy CJ says, what the F, you know what, ninja, you know what I'm saying? Then that man 187 Derek pops out and says, them Bleeders extinct, with like the little crying emoji, man, getting real disrespectful with it. So as y'all see, man, it is alleged that, well, the rumor is that one of the Bleeders took Teflon Webbie's life. Man, that is crazy, bro. That is crazy, bro. if that's really the case, man, to lose your life, the more that I've looked into it, I did pause for a second during the middle of this recording, asked a few people, man, and figured out what I could find. It is reported that one of Teflon Webbie's partners took his life, man. Ain't that crazy, man? Ain't that crazy? Now, I don't know the exact truth of it or the backstory behind it because it's a lot of grieving going on. But now that I did a little more research and a little more has came out throughout the course of making this video, it has been reported that Teflon Webbie was murdered by one of his own partners, one of his own. And that's why y'all see China Yeti Kids saying that and all the rest of them coming out and saying it, man. And y'all let me know how y'all feel, man. May God rest your soul, homie. That's crazy, man. That's messed up. All praise be to the Most High. I'm out.